I might need some glasses today, y'all. They look clean. Mm. Hey, y'all. I am on both um, Facebook and oh my God, these things touching these lashes. I gotta take them off because I can't. They irritate. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey. Hey, Shayna. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Cindy. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Mary. So, um, Facebook, y'all might be a little lost, but YouTube, y'all know what's going on. Hey, Kia. Um, oh my God, these people I be hating this on Facebook. Okay, there you go. Hold on, y'all. Why is this doing this? I can't figure it out. I'll do it later. Hey, y'all. So y'all know the events that unfolded yesterday. So I think I just put my little 2 cents in because that's all I really got on it is 2 cents. But if you're on YouTube or if you follow me or the rest of them on YouTube, then you'll know what's going on. But we're just going to talk a little bit about this abuse situation. Now, abuse is never okay, no matter who it's from, if it's the woman or the male. It doesn't matter. Hey, Patty, oh my God, I didn't know you've been a member that long. Thank you for supporting me, Patty. I appreciate you, girl. Um, it's never okay. And when one is going through abuse, I think we have to step back and examine first ourselves, because remember, guys, we are only in control of us. We can't control nobody else. We can only control ourselves. um, but as I sat back and looked at this situation yesterday, I realized that it's just a lot of hurt people in this situation. Caprice, if you don't, if you're not on YouTube, but yeah, I'm pretty much just piggybacking off of another situation. But if you're not on YouTube, you probably wouldn't even know what I'm talking about, because I am on Facebook and YouTube right now, y'all. But we really have to sit back and really. Oh my God, these lashes is killing my. I mean, these glasses is killing my lashes. But we really have to sit back and examine ourselves. Like, I sat back and looked at this situation yesterday, and in viewing it in my lens, and I'm not in their home, so I don't know what happened, but in what was shown to the world and viewing it from my lens, I do feel like the female in this situation is probably the aggressor. Um, I also feel like that she probably just needs some healing as well. I feel like, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. Thank you, because you know they coming, honey. Um, she probably just needs to sit back and do some self healing, because at the end of the day, we are what we allow people, how we allow people to treat us. And how we allow people to treat us is also a reflection of how much we care about ourselves. Um, but I think in this instance, this young lady, and I'm not saying that this young man, is not abusive, because if what's that saying go? I forgot the saying, but they say if more than one person say it or something, it's probably true. I don't know. I forgot how the saying go. But I'm not saying that this young man is not abusive either. I do think that um, if he probably had somebody a little calmer that listened to him, or anything like that, that this situation could have been turned around. But when you have two aggressive people in a relationship, it's not gonna work. Like it's gonna go all over the place because neither one of y'all have learned to communicate. And until y'all learn how to communicate, y'all, this is just a cycle. It's just gonna keep repeating itself over and over again. Hey Fifi. Hey Cheryl. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Tanya on Facebook. I don't know if the other Tanya over here. Good morning, Anaya. But yeah, it's just probably going to continue to repeat itself. Oh, Tanya, you over here, okay? But I think that both of these parties, they need to sit down. I think they need to separate. No, Chase, they absolutely do not have any respect for one another. In my opinion, they need to separate and they need to both go do their own thing and learn because in order for you to know if something is really for you, you sometimes really do have to separate. That's a true fact, Brill. You sometimes have to separate yourself from that person or that individual to make sure that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, we have to look at ourselves sometimes and see if we the issue. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have definitely been the issue, and that's why self-reflection is so daggone important. Hey, Carmen. That's why self-reflection is so daggone important because we are the problem sometimes. And until you realize that, and I'm going to share my story with y'all because I just thought this is a good time. I know I've been telling people I was going to tell this part of my story for a while, but I haven't. But when you're in abuse, like you really just don't know what to do. And I think a lot of people stay, men or women, they stay because they're comfortable or they stay because they don't know that there's other things out there to offer. I always tell people this, and this story kind of makes me feel like a little some type of way because I was a child going through abuse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that I'm not thankful. I went through it, so I'm thankful that it happened as a child, but I'm not thankful that it happened, so I don't want people to confuse that. But I'm thankful that I went through it as a child. My kid's father was very my kid's father was very, very abusive, and I got with him when I was 14. He went to prison when I was 21, and I swear to y'all, prison is what saved my life. Like, I can't tell y'all that I will be here talking to y'all today had this man not went to prison because I didn't see an out. I didn't see me leaving. I didn't see any of that. And I'm thankful that it happened because I'm just happy that over the age of 30, I mean I'm 49, I'll be 50 next year, but over the age of 30, I can't imagine being a fool. Like, I just can't imagine being a fool at that age. But I remember a time where I could have died. Like, this man beat the crap out of me. He kicked me in my head with Timberlands, y'all. Like, if I move I don't know if it's this side or this side. I have like a little dent in my head right here where I had to have stitches. I don't even know what side it is. I'll keep it covered up, but it's in there somewhere. Next time I see it, I'll take a picture and put it. But he kicked me in my head with Timberland boots, y'all, to the point that I passed out. When I came to, I was in the kitchen. When this fight started, we was in the dining room. When I came to, he must have kicked and choked me so much that I must have tapped out. Like, I must have literally just tapped out. But when I came to, when I was able to realize what was going on, I was in the kitchen and I just seen him yelling, but I didn't hear anything until he started shaking me, and he must have knew that he must have did something or that I must have passed out or something, because it was at that point that I start hearing him again because he was shaking me. After this, he literally made me have sex with him, which was very disgusting. And that night, y'all, like I literally thought about killing this man. Like I'm telling you, I sat in a corner in my house. I sat in my corner, in a corner. I sat in my little corner and I was just sitting there and I was just thinking about boiling hot grits, like all kind of stuff that I wanted to do to him. And I'm thankful that it didn't happen, that I didn't do that, because now, I would be in jail. But that was probably about 2 years before he went to jail. So I was still in that situation for like another 2 years. But y'all, it's not worth it. Like it's really, really not worth it. Love yourself enough, women and men, to get out of these situations, because it's okay, me. Like I was a kid. Like this happened, like I told y'all, and I appreciate it. But this happened when I was with him from the age of 14 till I turned 21. So I was a child, and I'm very, very thankful that it happened, and that is, I mean, not that it happened, but that it happened at that age. Because I promise you, if a man put his hands on me today, baby, baby, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, it just definitely wouldn't go down today. Thank you, Rochelle. But it's just sad to see that this is going on. And I looked at this situation and I watched that fight. And I usually don't watch these people, y'all, but whatever yesterday drew me into a lot of people platform yesterday. And I watched that situation and I was pretty much like, oh my gosh, these people are like, they're very toxic for one another, and they need to leave one another alone. They both need to just go their separate ways. And it's so sad. And for the people who on here who worry about how I raise my children, this is why I always tell my sons, do not get in a situation where a woman has control over you. Do not ever put yourself in a situation, because first of all, we as women, we're very emotional, and a lot of us act off of emotions. That's just point blank, period. A lot of us act off of emotions. And when you get yourself in a situation where a woman is controlling because she paid the bills, because she provided the roof over their head, all of that stuff, these women be out here doing everything because you kind of under their control. So always keep yourself in a situation where you are in control of you. And that really goes for a woman too. It's not just for men, but for a woman too. You don't never let anyone have that type of control over you. Thank you, Alice, for the stars. I appreciate the stars. Thank you. But you really just want to get yourself in a situation where nobody has that type of control over you, because that's what I see in their situation. Both of them are stuck with one another, right? He doesn't have a car, so he's stuck with needing her for a vehicle, and now he don't have nothing, because I think the house is in her name too, or it's in somebody's name that she know. I don't know whose name it is. That's not really my place. But at the same time, they both need each other. They both need each other in some type of aspect that they can't leave. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for either one of them to stay there, because it was crazy. Yeah, I saw that, Anaya. I knew it wasn't in the first place. I knew it wasn't a skit. You can just, in looking at the video, who gets up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning creating a skit? Yeah, that's just not how life works. But for both of them to continue to go through this over what? Because I think both of them is trying to prove something to the world. Why? Prove something to yourself. Prove that you're better than this. Prove that you deserve better than this. Like in her case, and even with the person she's fighting against over this man. I'm not going to say over this man, but because truthfully, that girl does not want that boy. From what I seen, she absolutely do not want him. But what I saw in both of them is that they both need healing. Both of those people need healing. They both, the two women in the situation, they both need healing. They both need to love themselves enough to know that a man is not going to make or break you. A man or a woman should always just compliment you. It shouldn't be, oh, he complete me, he makes me happy. Like, find your own happiness, and once you find your own happiness, he should just be a compliment to what you already got going on, or she should just be a compliment to what you already got going on. Because being in situations where you both need each other and you both just fighting, like, and then I think I heard her say they do this once a week. Like, you shouldn't be fighting with your lover once a week. And all the excuses she made for him yesterday when she was in that live last night, she just kept on saying, well, you know, we do this, it's nothing that we don't go through. And then, you know, even with her children, my kids have seen worse than this. Like, that, you shouldn't want your kids, like, I didn't want my kids to see the trauma that I went through in life. I made sure that I provided my children with a better life. Like, let me tell y'all, I didn't believe in bringing a bunch of men around my kids. Absolutely did not do that. Like, even if I was dating, it's like, listen, I come to your house or something like that. But nobody was around my children like that. Nobody was around my children for them to even, I didn't want to provide them with that, to think that was okay. You know what I'm saying? And then for your kids to be seeing trauma like that, let's break generational curses, y'all. Like, it's time to do right by our children, if nothing else. Break generational curse. Yes, she was definitely justifying it, Chase. She was definitely justifying his behavior. And his behavior was horrible. Like, I mean, her behavior, both of their behavior was horrible, because I'm not going to put this all on him. Both of their behavior was horrible. And to see her antagonizing him on that other live where she just kept saying, y'all gonna learn today, because if she really wanted to say something or tell somebody something, that girl would be in her car millions of times doing lives. Like, you could have just went to your car and did this, but you sat in that same house with him to antagonize him, knowing that he was going to react. Definitely, Rochelle. They both crazy and they both need help. And it's sad because I couldn't believe all of this was unfolding on live yesterday, y'all. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And then to come back and say it's a skit, and then my whole thing is, if it was a skit, like, where's the, anytime you do a skit, it should have, it should be, I always try to think of my skits as a whole Tyler Perry thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? So you go through this, and then at the end of the day, there's a message. So there should also always be a message at the end of the skit. It shouldn't just be a skit where, hey, okay, we doing all this abuse, and then where's the message in it? But I really hope that, you know, they both get help. I hope that, you know, God provide them with enough so that they can be on their own, because they're not good together. And I don't see anything good coming out of this. I don't see either of them prospering over this. They both really just need to move on, let bygones be bygones. I think with her, she's trying to prove to the world that he ain't going nowhere. And I really don't think he care about her. I don't believe he care about her at all. And he even said it. He said, I don't love you. I didn't love you. So I think for him, it's just stability. I really think for him, it's just stability. And he's able to do what he want to do, feel how he want to feel in a house that he think is his. Even though he may be, well, they said the rent ain't been paid. I was about to say, even though he may be paying the bills, but they said the rent ain't been paid in 3 months. Like, Who put, somebody said they spent, now, I don't know if any of this is true, y'all. I really don't. But someone said they spent $10,000 to move in a rental property. A rental property. When I moved to my house, this is my house that I'm paying a mortgage on. I think I paid like $6,000, if that. I know when I got at my closing, I had a $267 check waiting on me. So I don't know, but that was like, it was like, that's a lot of money to be moving into somebody else's property, and then you spend that kind of money and now you don't have, it's probably not about to be yours because you ain't paid the mortgage. So I mean the rent, but it's too much, y'all. Yeah, that's true, Lakeisha. That is, I mean, I might be saying your name wrong. It might be Lakeisha. That's true, Lakeisha. You don't do no skit like that. I mean, and if you do gonna do a, if you are gonna do a skit, even something similar to that, like I said, it should definitely have a message behind it. I don't believe it was a skit, and I think it touched a lot of people who've been in domestic violence situations, like me for one. Like, I feel sorry for people like that. I don't know if y'all, the basketball player that just did that to his girlfriend, like, I look at those videos, y'all, and I literally tear up, and it's because it's something that I've been through. So, hey, Rosa. Yeah, I heard that too, Kimberly, that they paid $12,000 for some dogs. Hey, gorgeous. Oh, Maya, someone was just saying that on Facebook as well. But yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of money. And I mean, for them to be making $10,000 plus on social media, like, y'all should have money saved up. Like, y'all shouldn't even be in a situation where y'all need each other. So at some point, both of y'all got to get y'all priorities together, because you're spending money. You shouldn't be in a hole like that. Like, y'all, ain't no way, if y'all making $10,000 a plus on social media, that y'all should be 3 months behind in rent. Yeah, like, y'all shouldn't. So it definitely doesn't, Yvette. It definitely doesn't. And I said, I kept hearing her say to, I don't know if he had women that just allow him to do what he wanted to do, or allow him to disrespect them, but ain't no disrespect. Well, you got to respect yourself first, young lady. If you don't respect yourself, I'm going to tell you right now, a man ain't going to respect you, or nobody else. And that's the same thing with people, in the household. Like, my daughter can't go come cussing me out, or I can't go cussing her out, because then Papa thinks that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect is a learned behavior, and it's something that's definitely earned. I think somebody put in a chat the other day that it takes years to earn and it takes seconds to lose. And it's crazy. Like, if you don't respect yourself, there's no way they can respect you. Everything is about not about a body. I'm telling you, it's not about, oh, I got all this booty. And I'm telling you, that's another thing that I think that, I don't know if it's the way y'all was raised or what. I can't even say that, because I like to say the way y'all was raised. I can't even say that, y'all, because I raised myself. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I raised myself. No one raised me. My mom was in the streets. My mom was on drugs. I've said this many times before. My mom was a very functional drug addict, but I raised myself. I didn't have no one telling me what I can and cannot do. I did what I wanted to do when I felt like doing it. Nothing that I'm proud of, because I wish I did have structure, which is why I give my children so much structure, or I gave my children so much structure, because they're grown now. But I wanted structure, you know what I'm saying? And I think all children want structure, but I can't even go by saying it's the way someone was raised, because I raised myself. And it's, when you become an adult, this is the life that I want for me. It's not about, hey, this is how I was raised. Like, when you become an adult, it's let me, she gonna keep calling me, y'all. But when you become an adult, it's about doing it how you do, recreating a life for yourself. Like, you got to forget about how you was raised, forget about what you did and did not have as a child, And it's just too much. But with both of those young ladies that's intertwined with this guy, I do see a lot of trauma about being disrespected, about and again, if you respect yourself, they won't. But both of those women, from what I see, think their body rules. And I remember I had to tell one of them, baby, you know that down there come a dime a dozen, honey. They can get it anywhere. And any person, man or female, is definitely gonna choose peace at our age. Is definitely gonna choose peace over sex. Let's just say it like it is. Like they're definitely gonna choose peace over that. But I hope that both of them seek help, y'all. I'm gonna pray for them. Like I'm not even lying. I'm gonna pray for them because they both need help. They both, I think, needs to separate from one another, and they need to do what both of them need to do for themselves. So my message to you, young lady, is leave, seek help, go get counseling. There's nothing wrong with counseling, nothing at all. That's what's wrong with our Black community. There is absolutely nothing wrong with counseling. Get you some counseling, get you some help, love yourself, spend some time with yourself, take yourself out to dinner, go on trips by yourself, go shopping by yourself, do all of these things by yourself. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more you're going to realize how much you love yourself and how much you won't allow others to mistreat you. So spend some time with you. And the same to you, young man. You know, get yourself together to a point where these women is not a factor in your life, where these women is again a bonus. They're a compliment to who you already are. Because at this point in time, at the age you guys are, because both of you guys are almost definitely Chase, they definitely built it off hate, so it ain't gonna work. I agree with you 1,000%. But get yourself to the point, young man, where you can do what you want to do. You don't have to worry about no woman. You don't have to depend on no woman. Get yourself together. Get your license. Like you about to be 40 with no license. That's not cool. So get your license together. Even if you have to start off with a shack, even if you have to start off with the littlest apartment, get something to call your own. It's yours. Get something to call your own so that you're not dependent on these women. Because these women, a lot of us, not me, I do sometimes, I'm lying. A lot of women act off emotions. They act off emotions, and you're under their control. You are definitely under their control when you have to Blue, you done changed your name again. I mean, that's NY Leo. But yeah, that way no one has control over you. Never allow a person to have control over you. Always speak your truth. Always own your truth. Always have your own, so nobody can control you like that. Like, this is for both of y'all. Both of y'all. Letitia, I was too. We live and we learn. I'm not even gonna lie. I was too. So, you know, we just got to get to a point where we're doing what's for us and not for everybody else. Because if we create the life that we want, like I said, anything that's friend or boyfriend or husband or wife or whatever, it's a compliment to our life. I mean, I believe that too, Latrinia. I mean, I think, you know, and I don't know, because she seems to have a really good relationship with her mother. Ain't her father in her life too, y'all? I don't know. But she seems to have a pretty good relationship with her mother. And my thing is what made you think that somebody going upside your head is okay? That's not cool. So I think, because this is a pattern for you. So, you know, I think you spoke about the guy pistol whipping you. You gotta love you, girl. Get you some help, seek you some help, and be the best that you can be. But both of y'all need to separate. And I know that's probably about to be hard, considering y'all got that big old bill over there. Well, I don't know, because y'all might be, leaving if y'all ain't paid rent. And again, I don't know. I'm just speaking on things that I've heard. Even he said it, that the rent ain't been paid in 3 months. So I think at this point, both of y'all need to let it go, and get y'all own stuff and live for y'all. I don't think neither one of y'all need to be in a relationship. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay. It is definitely okay to be alone. It is definitely okay to love yourself. So it's nothing wrong with it. It gets lonely. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I was so lonely when I first became single. But I just started doing stuff by myself. Let me tell y'all, before the pandemic, y'all, I used to go to the movies by myself. Um, I used to do everything. I took one of my birthday trips, I took by myself. I went all by myself, stayed 5 days, and had the greatest time of my life. So, y'all both should definitely work on that. Work on loving yourselves and figuring out what you like, figuring out what you want in life. And that way, because if y'all get in another relationship, it's really just a distraction. So y'all don't need no distractions at this point. Y'all need to be by yourselves and figure yourselves out. And that's all I wanted to do about that. I'm glad too, TW. I am so thankful. And that was a hard, how long? That was 7 years. That was a hard 7 years of my life, and I had three or four kids within that time frame. 3 kids. I had 3 kids, but that was definitely, yeah, that too, Tracy J. Get your credit together. Do all of that stuff. Work on you. Work on getting you today. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Sherry. That's right, Sherry. Love yourself. But work on getting you together. Work on building your credit. Work on anything that's going to improve you. And then, hey, Lovely Key. Once you're improved, then life is definitely going to be great. But it's going to seem lonely, but I would rather be lonely and happy than miserable in a relationship any day. So I hope that you two take this advice. You can do a reaction on it if you want to. I don't care if you do or don't. I didn't do this to be mean or malicious. It was just my 2 cents and a little bit of advice. But I hope both of you listen and take the constructive criticism and get on with your life. But what y'all got going on? Hey, let's get it. What y'all got going on is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. And thank you, Shelly. These my little Tiffany glasses, girl. These are these not my least favorite glasses. I have like 4-player glasses. Hey, Jazzy. But these are not my least favorite. But thank you. I would definitely keep you in prayer, Valerie. I will definitely keep you in prayer. And girl, feel free to inbox me if it's something you need to talk about. I do get, I'm not even exaggerating, y'all. I get probably 50 to 150 daggone inboxes a day. And I don't even be knowing what half of them say. But Valerie, I see your name, and feel free to inbox me if you need to talk, young lady. But yeah, I'm about to get off of here, y'all. I just wanted to come and put my little 2 cents in, and I pray that both of them take that and just at least elaborate on it or sleep on it or let it marinate and sizzle in their spirit, as Country Wayne say. So, yeah, that was a lot yesterday. That was a lot, and I just prayed the best for both of them. But I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all be sure to have a great day. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate you all. You guys have